We're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully, we've got Casey Metaphysical. Looks like they're getting online here, so good deal. All right, we're going to be going through the class as it is on your handout, and asking the questions and going over some stuff. If you want to go ahead and ask me a question live, do it, okay? So this is Medical Intuitive Class 101, and Sylvia did make it on here, so good. All right, Medical Intuitive, what do those words mean? Webster's Dictionary defines intuition as the power or faculty of attaining to direct knowledge or cognition without evident rational thought and interference. In immediate apprehension or cognition, knowledge or conviction gained by intuition, quick and ready insight. So we have all those things that we know about that have to do with intuition. When we start adding the medical, you start getting into the aspects of being able to read and provide valuable information regarding deficiencies, diseases, imbalances, energy blockages, or weaknesses in the physical body. Medical intuition is the knowing about physical issues in the body and the underlying causes, negative patterns, and life experiences that may contribute to the development of physical symptoms. So, has anybody ever heard of Edgar Cayce? So I have the two of you on here right now. Edgar Cayce can be described as the grandfather of medical intuitiveness. His work has been studied for decades and can express some of the ways we use to describe readings. Cayce's explanation that the correct diagnosis and the healing knowledge lies in the subconscious of the sufferer is not too far from the techniques used by the practitioners of Freudian and Jungian psychoanalysis and psychiatry to treat their patients. Cayce expressed it thus: all healing comes from the divine within. Thus, if one would correct physical or mental disturbances, it is necessary to change the attitude and to let the life forces become constructive and not destructive. Hate, malice, and jealousy can only create poisons within the minds, souls, and bodies of the people. This was taken from Edgar Cayce's Handbook for Health Through Drugless Therapy. So, does either of you have any questions at the moment? I don't see any. And to continue, from her book, Becoming a Medical Intuitive, Tina Zion says, medical intuition is an art that can be learned and then polished into precision. She describes humans are glowing balls of electromagnetic abilities, understanding, and insights. We have the ability to heal ourselves and to assist others in their healing. Trust, understand, and honor your innate intuitive strengths and the ability to put them to work for our personal well-being and the well-being of all. So when you get into all of that, that describes a lot of our abilities that we have. So I'm going to go on to the next page on our handout. As next, we're going to get into the clairs. And what is a clair? Well, the first clair is clairvoyance. The ability to gain information about an object, person, location, or physical event through extrasensory perception. All in all, this is what vision is. So if you're seeing through your third eye, this is what you're seeing. It is considered clairvoyance. Clairaudience, the power or faculty of hearing something not present to the ear, but regarded as having objective reality. And that is hearing. And Joy is asking a question about what is good for leukemia. Is it still in the watch and wait stage? Joy, that is not something that this typically gets into. That would be more of a private consultation. Okay? Then we have clairsentience, the perception of what is not normally perceptible. This is where your feelings come into place. All of us feel things here and there, and we get the, goosebumps and the hairs on our arms standing up, and that's what is clairsentient. Clairscent, to smell a fragrance, odor of a substance or food which is not in one's surroundings. It's to smell. So if you happen to be smelling something musty and you shouldn't be, or cigar smoke is very common, So you get into all of those types of things. That's your smell senses. Clairtangency, to handle an object or touch an area and perceive through the hands. So if you can touch a photograph or a piece of clothing, that is what that means with that definition. Clairgustance, to taste a substance without putting anything in one's mouth. So if you get a yucky taste in your mouth, like for instance, is that better, Katie? Because my phone was near my computer. It's going to be close up, but my phone was clear of the computer fan. So we're going to continue with the clairgustance, to taste a substance without putting anything in one's mouth. So if you're tasting, for instance, blood or something like that, that is what I'm talking about with that. Clairempathy. An empath is a person who can physically tune into the emotional experience of a person, place, or animal. Yeah, it was the fan then. So I'm close up and personable with you. Okay, so many of us have empathic abilities. They are very strong in some of us. Empaths tune into the vibrations and the feel and the tones of the aura. So when you're really experiencing that, some of us can get really overwhelmed, and that's just not a fun thing. So that's where we learn to start with our blocking. The next and last big C is to channel. A channel is a person who allows his or her body and mind to be used as a mechanism for etheric world intelligence to bring psychic information or healing energy to others. So what that means is if you allow another entity to go through your body or to give a message or automatic writing or something to that effect. So how do we implement this in real time? Not everyone is able to access all of the above gifts. I practice all of them except the channeling. I choose not to allow other beings to take over my spirit. For others, this is a perfectly acceptable modality. So that's pretty much what we're going to be going over in the class. So if you guys have more questions, please start asking. I know that's a lot to take in, and so that's why if you want the handout, Katie's already got hers. If anybody else wants handouts, message me at abnegarts. It's ABNEGS, no, ABNEGARTS at gmail.com. And so, are we going to have any more questions right now, you two, or you three? I don't see any more coming in right now. And Bridget's disliking the video, so I'm not sure that anybody else is going to be entering class. Okay. And there's okay. Yay! So I'm up to 19 people. That's good, Jen. Thank you. 21. All right. So we've gone through the paperwork. I'm putting questions out there at this point. Does anybody else have any questions for the medical intuitive at the moment for about what it is and what we do? Most of my abilities have become very strong over the past 20 years, and I just keep enhancing them daily on a daily basis. So, Joy, to develop your empathic side, you can start paying attention to what abilities you're already noticing. If you're able to catch a glimmer out of your eye, or if you're you think it's just a ghost or just a fleck of something, it might not be that. It might be that you're seeing something. If you're seeing colors, you might be starting to see auras. If you hear voices in your head and you're not crazy, then it might be something else going on with that. So there are lots of ways to start developing that. There's several YouTube videos that you can go and explore. And then you can always ask me in person on, specific items. So I hope that answers your question. Any more questions? Let's see about all these comments. I hope everyone is enjoying the fair. We're having a lot of people come in and see all of our stuff. Enjoying the shopping and all the other stuff that's going on. not seeing any more questions come in. Lena's on here. Hi, Lena. Kristen. Oh, great. You've been seeing what you think are your guides lately. Are they talking to you yet? That's great. We got dead air again because I'm not used to doing this at all. Normally we're just on, I do my readings live over the web. And that's great that everybody's starting to see this. And no sound. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Can everybody else still hear me? That you can go and okay. Everybody else still hear me? Is that better? Not sure what was going on with the sound. Okay. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Not sure what was going on with the sound. Great. All right, good, Katie. All right, I'm still looking for more questions in the chat. So, Katie, how are things on your end? Try closing and reopening. Okay, great. It's just more of just knowing, and they come as a confirmation. Oh, fantastic. And Denise says she can hear me now. That's good. Denise, were you able to hear any of the presentation form? And hi, Helene. How are you? I have already gone over the presentation form. If anybody wants presentation paperwork, email me at abnegarts@gmail.com. It's abnegarts. How do you see the imbalances medically? Does it show up differently depending upon the problem? Yes, Jen, it does. As for instance, when I'm seeing gray areas in a body, it shows that me that there's problems. So it kind of distorts your aura. It's AB neg, sweetheart. Thank you. And so when I see either a gray area or black spots or something that is coming across that is just not unwell, is how it changes your aura senses. And Helene, if we can get you some paperwork, I'll send it to you via the email, okay? Sound good? Hi, Denise, and no problem. Also, Jen's trying to put my email up there. It's abnegarts instead of just the B. So make sure we can get that to everybody. So any more questions on how you are learning about it in like becoming a medical intuitive, or just general questions? I can't really see anybody's aura doing it this way. Thank you, hon. Jen fixed it. And yes, I'll get that to you, Helene. Does anybody else have questions right now? I don't want to leave dead space open because I've gone over that. I get that when I'm doing Reiki, I feel heat and see the black. Ah, Kristen, good. So you're seeing the negative areas where they're having issues. And that, yes, it definitely comes out in the heat also. It really does change your aura field, and it's kind of difficult to explain that to some people. So, that's part of it. Lisa, abnegarts@gmail.com. Just send me your email, and I'll send it back to you. And Helene, I'm holding up great. How's everybody doing, by the way? We know we're all stuck in the house and not being able to do this personally, so... we're doing wonderful at this point. Kristen, what type of Reiki do you practice? Jennifer Turing is asking. And if anybody wants to do a advanced class with the intuitiveness, I'm having a special right now through the end of the fair. Instead of $100, it's $70, so it's 30% off. You can register for that on my webpage, which is my Medical Intuitive Readings by Heidi on Facebook. And so anybody can get on there and message me with that. Fair readings right now in a in-depth reading right now is marked down to $55 instead of $70. Normal mini readings are still at $30. So you can get on my page and book any of those that you would like right now. If we don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this. So please send any of your emails with requests to my email address that's on here that Jen added. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of the fair. Thank you. Bye-bye.